25 seconds of the national anthem. And the Celts and Sixers about to go at it. Billy Cunningham over there looking pretty natty tonight. Camel hair jacket, light brown slacks.
Billy always looks pretty natty, you know, and I'm sure he's very pleased with the quick start his ball club has gotten into so early in the season, particularly after last season's kind of horrendous ending for them being beaten by the Nets.
There was some talk whether or not Bill would come back for another campaign, and I don't know. You look out there and you see you got Doc and Moses on your roster. It's tough to retire, wouldn't it?
I guess you don't retire until they retire you. That's what the motto is. And I've experienced that.
Here's Clint Richardson, who we expect to see a lot tonight, along with Maurice Cheeks in the backcourt. Richardson had been kind of buried by this club early in the season, but with Andrew Toney not here, it appears Clint is going to start along with Mo Cheeks, and there's Big Moses in the middle.
They tell me Moses is shooting very well for so early in the season. There's a guy, though, that has made some obvious contributions to the NBA style of basketball, but a very crucial year for him. Going to be a tough physical test for Dr. J as we see Mark Averoni, the fifth starter, being introduced.
Never gets invited over Larry Bird's house for dinner, I'll tell you. There's Bill Cunningham.
Mark Averoni.
Mark, yeah. Mark and Larry have had their moments over the last couple of years. And the hand for the Celtics about to be introduced. Still a few empty seats here, but those are going to fill up pretty quickly. Dennis Johnson, outstanding. Maybe the best guard in the NBA. And I'm talking Magic, I'm talking Isaiah. Dennis's numbers for the first 4 games can stand with anyone.
And this guy, too, Danny Ainge, mentioned the solid contribution he made the other night. I think you're going to see more and more consistency from him in the shooting department as the season progresses. A guy has carried the team on his shoulders, Mike.
Robert Parrish. Had him down there as a 6'9" forward. Robert is going to be upset if he sees this tape. We know you're bigger than that, Chief. Here's Cedric Maxwell at one forward spot. Larry Bird will be at the other. Casey Jones, Chris Ford, Jimmy Rogers over on the Celtic bench. Kevin McHale, as soon as the starting lineups were introduced, ran off and headed for the locker room, but he was laughing all the way, so maybe he just forgot something.
I hope nothing crucial.
The officials for tonight's ball game. Jack Madden, the veteran, is going to be one of them. That is Jack on the left, and that is Dick Pavetta on the right.
Oh, smiling Jack on the left. Oh, yeah.
Jack keeps himself in pretty trim shape, though. He's looking pretty good.
Pretty good athlete.
Is he?
Yeah. It's like, you know, one of those scratch golfer types, you know?
Oh, yeah. The kind that you and I don't like to run into, right?
Yeah.
Stay far away from those guys.
This ball game, Mike, starting out, I don't think there'll be any feeling each other out like there have been in other ball games. I think they're going to go right at each other. Both teams like to run. Boston has that 6th man. So does the Sixers with Bobby Jones. And now Barkley, perhaps.
It'll be interesting to watch the role of Bobby Jones as we go along. That I hear through the grapevine that he was one of those guys like John Havlicek. He never expected to run out of gas, but some people say Bobby is running out of a little bit of gas this year.
Hate to see that.
Malone and the Chief going up in the middle, and Dick Pavetta says, let's try again.
You know, Moses looks like he's about 15 pounds lighter than he was last season.
He does look pretty trim. Tap controlled by Philly. Jay's got it, and we are underway. Let's see how the Celtics are going to match up defensively. Danny Ainge will pick up Mo Cheeks. That means DJ will be on Richardson on the other side. Bird's on Averoni. Maxwell is chasing the Doc, and Parrish matched up with Malone in the middle. Clint Richardson gets him off to a 2-0 lead.
And he has turned into a real solid player for the Sixers. Clint Richardson hits that outside shot as well as anybody.
6th year out of Seattle. Ainge penetrates baseline. Chief wants to work, gets the double. DJ got it. Again, that confidence that Tom has been talking about as Dennis just squares up to the hoop. Picked off by Ainge. Max in the middle, going to the hole. Yes, and a foul.
Well, some people didn't think it was that great a play, but I sure did. Here's a nice steal by Danny Ainge. But as Maxwell comes up the court, he's kind of oblivious to somebody coming in from the side. In the last instant, he changes the trajectory of his shot, and he wraps himself around the pole. Hey, this is like a playoff game already. I shouldn't be running into poles.
Yeah, that's the third three-point play in about the last 4 quarters for Maxwell, as he got a couple the other night. Looking like the Max of old with those rubber band moves underneath. Celtics up 5-2. Just underway first quarter if he just checked in. Here's Richardson again. 2 more.
Yes, sir. When he gets that 18-footer, he's developed that shot to where he's a pretty potent force.
DJ bumps off Richardson, left alone. Loose ball. Max and Bird keep it alive. Max wants some help, slapped away by Richardson. Cheeks on the break. Ainge is back. Stripped by DJ, and the foul will be on Dennis Johnson reaching in.
Up the other end of the court, Mike. We're going to see the fast break opportunity here by the Sixers as Danny Ainge really has his hands full, a quicker player, and Dennis reaches in from behind. That's a tough defensive assignment night after night for Danny Ainge, playing that quick guard. He's always much taller.
Jay unable to connect on his first shot, and the Chief clears to Ainge. Boston a 3-on-3 break. Bird, little up fake on Jay, the runner. No. Malone gets it ahead to Cheeks. And Mo lost it as he got bumped from behind by Ainge. DJ's got a 3-on-2. To Bird. Yes! Foul will go against Aberoni.
Boston will push it up every single time they can off of any type of situation, but really especially off of those type of situations, steals. And Cheeks almost reclaims the ball, but hits Bird, fortunately underneath, wide open, bumped from behind by Dr. J.
Yep, correction, the foul is on Dr. J. That is his first, second on Philly. Boston on top 8-4 here in the early going. Bird and Maxwell with the three-point plays for the Celtics. Richardson loops it low. Malone is triple teamed and goes down. Loose ball, Bird's got it. Mo looking at the referee. And the foul is going to be on Cheeks as he got a hand in Maxwell's way.
That'll be a non-shooting foul and a smart play by Cheeks. Probably saved the hoop as it was a 4-on-2. Let's take a look. The Celtics are having a field day on mishandles by the Sixers. Here's Moses hitting the good earth. Loses possession. That's 3 unbelievable turnovers by the Sixers so far in this first quarter.
Larry Bird hit a jumper on the inbounds play. Celtics up by a half dozen now in the early going. Ainge out on Cheeks. Jay gets himself free, top of the key. They're looking low for Malone. They find him. And he walked with the basketball.
Moses always gets good position close to the basket, and he's got that one fake and a step back into the hoop. He uses his body very effectively. So they're trying to put Robert Parrish under the gun by getting Moses the ball.
Maxwell has it knocked away in the drive. Celtics will keep it. Boston bench looking for a foul, and neither bench is too thrilled with the officiating so far. Ainge. Rebound to Jay, and Philly's looking to run. Boy, they are scooting both ends here. Cheeks lost the handle. Philly's turned it over 4 times here already in the first 3 minutes. Quick hands by Ainge and Bird almost come up with the steal. Moses again low. Got it this time.
Parrish has got to front him, I would think, when he gets in that low post position like that. Once he gets the ball, he's awfully difficult to deal with.
Maxwell out there looking to throw a screen for Ainge. Now he backs off. They go to Bird. Isolated with Jay. Spins around him. Yes, sir.
And Jay knew he was beat. Now one quick step around, and Jay knew he was never going to get him.
Right, Philly with the set play called by Billy Cunningham at the bench. Comes top of the key to Jay. Looking for Moses. No dice. Now they look again. Find him this time. Power move, Malone. Yes.
Could have been an offensive foul that time on Moses. Almost, I would think, cleared Parrish's arm out of the way, but no whistle.
What a break in the hoop, too. Kind of threw up a half hook shot off the glass.
Kind of looks to me on most of his shots that they're going up with a prayer. But he makes them.
Maxwell, a move on Averoni outside, and they're going to call Mark with the hands.
Philadelphia is a very, very fine defensive ball club. They'll get out on you, particularly Richardson and Cheeks. Here's Maxwell and Averoni right in his jersey with him. Tries to go around him, but Averoni ends up drawing the foul.
Back live, Bird dumps it off to the Chief. Yes. 14-8, Celts by a half dozen. 7:25 to play here first quarter. Good up fake by Mo Cheeks, and he buries two. DJ pushing it right back. A runner, no, and an offensive foul called on Dennis Johnson as he went over Mark Averoni.
He got a little bit out of control on that dribble. He missed the dribble a little bit, mishandled it, and then felt he had to go up with it. Averoni very alertly gets his feet planted.
Second personal foul called on Dennis Johnson. All right, Doc, little isolation, goes around Maxwell, squeezes it up, no, tap will go. Who'll they give it to? Mark Averoni got the hoop. And Philly hangs right in this ball game as they're back to within two. Maxwell battling with Averoni down low. Parrish now, back to Ainge. DJ. Off Moses Malone, Celtics will keep it and get a fresh 24.
Philadelphia played some excellent defense that time. Forced Boston to move it around 4 or 5 times before they even could smell a good shot.
We've got a timeout. 6:42 left to play here in the first quarter. No real blood yet. 14-12. Celts by a hoop.
We're changing our name from Datsun to Nissan.
You sure put a lot of room in here, Nissan. We love it!
We're changing lots of things, including our name. From now on, we're Nissan.
You made this new Z car more exciting than ever, Dodson. Nissan?
Lots new, including our name.
Okay, from now on, you're Nissan.
Come alive, come and drive. Major motion from Nissan.
Datsun is now Nissan.
When winter's at its worst, be sure you've got the best. Snapper's compact snow thrower blows away snow like no other its size. Control the snow with a rotating chute and adjustable deflector cap. For bigger jobs, try Snapper's 2-stage and cut up to a 30-inch path through the most stubborn snow. All Snappers have steel frame construction. Ask your Snapper dealer for the model that fits your needs. Buy a Snapper now at last year's price and get free electric start with any model. Ask about low monthly payments with Snap Credit. Remember, it's a Snap with a Snapper.
This Bud's for everyone who keeps things rolling in the mighty Mississippi.
Breakaway barge, please respond.
Let's get him.
This is the Navy building. We're right below here and we on our way out.
I'll come around on the port side bumper there. Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do, this Bud's for you.
You can't overplay Larry Bird. There's Dr. J trying to cut off any passes coming back through the lane. Larry Bird sees it, and watch what he does. Whips right around in the alley along the baseline. Dr. J knows he's beaten as soon as Bird has intelligently picked up that opening and scores an easy 2 points. So that's the type of heady thing that Larry Bird does so well.
All right, Larry to inbound under the Celtic hoop. They are up by a deuce. Make it 4. Bird leading all scorers with 9 of the Celtics 16 points. 6:30 left to play first quarter. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn. Celtics and Sixers. Enough said. Jay unable to hit off the glass, but there's Moses, and he is fouled. Chief may be reaching in. Yep.
Well, Parrish has his hands full with Moses underneath the basket. Once he gets the ball underneath, he's got the strong upper body to almost take you up with the ball. So you're caught in between trying to maybe block the shot, foul him, because if you even bump him, that's almost like him feeling nothing. He's going to score anyway.
You know Moses is going to get himself a ton of rebounds, as that graphic just told us, yet Dick Light hands me a note here. Moses Malone has not fouled out of a game since 77-78. Does that surprise you?
Well, once you establish a style of play, the officials kind of accept it. So when you become MVP doing what you were doing, you kind of say, well, it's the way he's playing. I'll give you the breaks.
Another rebound, outlet pass to Mo Cheeks. Ainge can't catch. And Richardson for 2 more. And we're even at 16. Richardson with 6 points in a starting role here.
Boy, and good defense once again by the Sixers to make Danny Ainge call a timeout. Casey Jones not too happy.
22nd timeout for the Celtics, and a good chance for us to remind you this copyrighted telecast is presented by the authority of the Boston Celtics and is intended solely for the private non-commercial use of our audience. Any publication, reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the pictures, descriptions, and accounts of this game without the express written consent of the Boston Celtics and Sports Channel is prohibited. Announcers on this broadcast are selected by Sports Channel and approved by the Boston Celtics. 5:59 left to play in quarter number 1, 16 apiece.
Well, on that last forced timeout by the Sixers, what the Sixers are trying to do is anytime they score a basket is get all over the guy taking the ball out of bounds and maybe try and get over the guy that's the first inbound pass, trying to stop the fast break of the Celtics. That time they had everybody covered and Danny Ainge had to call timeout.
Philly right now on an 8-2 run led by Richardson and Malone, who combined a 6 for 6 from the floor. Ainge pops out. They're looking for Maxwell. Ivoroni frontman. Malone, the quick hands as he got in the passing lane.
Boy, and the quick feet to get around there. That's something he didn't show last year.
Here's Moses. Lost the handle on the ball out of bounds. I agree with you, Tom. Not only does he look slimmer, he looks a lot quicker.
Well, when you lose about 30 pounds, I said 15, it might even be more than 15, you pick up quickness in a geometric ratio, so he could be pretty swift right now.
DJ posts up Richardson, in and out. Ivoroni clears it. Here comes the Philly break again. Mo Cheeks, no, Bird the rebound. Taken away by Cheeks, and the foul will be on Mo Cheeks, and Cunningham can't believe it.
And I'm telling you, whoever's got the ball on Boston's part has to be careful. A nice defensive play by Bird, but look at those red jerseys surrounding the rebounder. That's another tactic that teams use to try and slow down a fast break, get all over the rebounder so he can't find a quick outlet and get that speed unleashed in the front end of a fast break. So Casey Jones' answer to the situation right now is sticking in our sixth man supreme, Kevin McHale.
There's some serious beef in the lineup now because the bread truck himself, Charles Barkley, is over there stretching, number 34.
The bread truck. It looks more like a moving van.
All right, let's see what the kid can do as Bird knocks them both home. He's in double figures with 11, and Boston's lead is a hoop. Here's Barkley trying to drag McHale outside. Cheeks, a little runner, got it, and the foul will be on Ainge. So Cheeks with a successful penetration. Let's take a look.
As Ainge overreacts a little bit, allows Cheeks to see the hoop, gets in there, feels Ainge on his left side, freed up his shooting hand, gets off an easy push shot in the lane. Cheeks, a very, very smart play. You got to stay down on defense against that.
Philly right now at their first lead of the ball game, 19-18, 4:45 to play. Celtics turn it over again. Jay up ahead to Barkley. Bounce pass and a nice one to Cheeks for 2.
Well, the bread truck delivered.
He certainly did, huh?
To Loafer.
Now let's see what McHale can do with him.
If the Celtics don't go at him right off the bat, the word is he's got defensive problems.
Well, he's trying to post up McHale on the other end, and does. He gives a little hand wave to McHale as he heads up the court. This could be fun, folks. Celtics go right back at him. Rebound, Bird, and they say it's out of bounds off Larry. Dr. J's been out there for 8 minutes, has yet to score a point. There is Sedale Threed, who was checked into the ball game. Threed was the hit of the training camp 2 years ago. Really struggled to make the team this year, and then all of a sudden was getting some great minutes and doing a great job. Traveling violation on Barkley. That was Jack Madden letting the rookie know that he was there.
I think Kevin was very happy on that one.
Yeah, I think so too. Billy Cunningham almost left the building on that call. Philly by 3, making 1.
Sixers very effectively covering up the inside game of the Celtics. Haven't been able to get Parrish the ball too often.
Here is Threed. He'll be picked up by Ainge. Jay, a little move on Larry Bird. Can't hit. Malone went over the top and got away with it. Celtics came away with the ball anyway.
The highest I've seen him jump in a long time, though.
Robert really wanted it that trip. Can't hit the hook. Rebound Malone. Leads the break himself. Double dribble there, folks. 7 turnovers on Philly here in about 9 minutes of play. Here comes Bobby Jones off the bench, and we've got a timeout.
Oh, Moses wanted to give it to somebody, and Danny Ainge was going to take advantage of it and said, oh, that's not your fanciest move there.
Moses had visions of that Knicks series, playoff series about 2 years ago. 23-22, Philly. Hang around. This is fun.
Boy, those games really move.
Not fast enough.
Well, if you're overstocked, don't wait for customers to call you. Call them.
It's worth a shot.
It's telemarketing.
You're all out. Good. Glad I called. Reorder now and you'll get a
Telemarketing can help you increase orders and get inventory under control.
Come on, pick up the phone, now you're on your way to doing more business every business day.
Take a look, New England. General Motors has 3 all-new entries for the 85 lineup. Olds Calais, Buick Somerset, and Pontiac Grand Am. One stands out above the rest. Grand Am, the magnificent new driver's coupe from your New England Pontiac dealers. Styling, roadability, price, it beats the others hands down. In fact, our front-wheel drive Pontiac Grand Am is $500 less than Olds Calais, $800 less than Buick Somerset. New England, you're gonna love Grand Am's affordable excitement. See it now at your New England Pontiac dealers.
After 46 years, Brookline Office Equipment has moved to Needham Street in the Newton Highlands. Our new location lets us serve you even better, continuing our tradition of stocking the finest office equipment for everyone from the smallest business to the largest corporation. We carry a full line of office supplies, calculators, typewriters, and word processors, including the versatile Star-type electronic memory typewriter from Olympia. And we service all major brands. So come to Brookline Office Equipment first, 74 Needham Street, Newton Highlands, next to the book fair.
Follow the Celtics all season long right here on Sports Channel. Tom and I will bring you all the live action on Monday night as the Indiana Pacers play host to the Celtics. Catch all the excitement beginning at 5:30. Yes, folks, 5:30. Dinner time with me and the Hawk and the Celtics exclusively on Sports Channel. 3:13 left to play here. First quarter. Bird outside. Rebound pulled down by Richardson. Philly by 1.
But the Sixers have effectively taken away the strength of the Celtics, the inside game so far here in the first quarter.
Here's Bobby Jones, who checked in last whistle. Richardson looking for Barkley low. Now they go to Malone on the other side. Just powers it up. Robert Parrish, you might have heard the reaction under the basket there. All right, now this to me is an offensive foul, Tom, but you tell me if I'm wrong.
Almost every time he gets the ball, he's clearing somebody away, and I called it on old Robert. Robert is really not challenging him to block the shot. He's just going up to try and make it at least a little difficult. But again, when you're the MVP, you get the breaks every once in a while.
Moses averaged 23.5 points and 17 rebounds against the Celtics last year. He's got 5 rebounds already tonight. Celtics looking to tie this trip. High post McHale. Barkley backs off. DJ on 3. Yes. No.
That was a bad call.
Offensive foul on Dennis Johnson.
All the guards of the Sixers are dropping back to protect the inside pass, and that was no charge, folks.
No way. No way, Jose. 24-22. Philly still by a hoop. Some of the work Billy Cunningham's been doing over there is paying off as Barkley shows his outside range.
He can shoot it. He's an offensive machine, Barkley. drove people nuts down there in
Auburn. Bird on a give and go. Nice from McHale. Larry leads everybody with 13. Celts still trailing by 2. Barkley again. And they're going to call McHale in the back. Yes, they are.
Oh, and that wide body spreads out. That's a spread out.
Look at the thighs on that kid, will you?
McHale is trying to brace himself more than anything else. He was spread out like a defensive tackle trying to get in on a pass block.
Well, the 76ers have not had a player on the all-rookie team in 10 years. Fred Boyd. And you've got to be a real NBA junkie to remember Freddie Boyd.
This kid ought to be on it.
He's shown me a lot here in the first quarter. Got 6 points. Phillies up by 4. 2 minutes straight up to play. Quinn Buckner, as you can see in the ball game now, picked up by 3.
But the Sixers effectively getting their big men involved, where the Celts have not been able to attract their big people.
Bird left open. Can't hit that outside jumper. Barkley, a lot of elbows and a rebounding foul will be called on Barkley. He almost caught Buckner flat in the face.
Well, Barkley is still thinking he's back in college. Well, you can't swing your elbows in any way. All right? Everybody gets away. That is a new rule.
Who, me?
Or a rule that's being interpreted quite strictly right now. No elbow throwing whatsoever, whether you hit somebody or not.
McHale wants it on Barkley. Spins on him. Chief, the offensive board. Gets Malone in the air and gets hacked. No call.
I think Jack Madden better take that whistle.
Jones left free in the baseline. McHale aboard. Buckner looks to push it up. Ahead left side Ainge. Now Chief, where he wants it. Got it.
Now, gets the ball in the hands of Robert Parrish. Moses doesn't want to foul either, and Parrish can get that outside, that long jump shot off over him if he can get deep enough position on Moses.
Richardson outside. The rebound of Bird. Clears it away from Malone. All right, Buckner will back it out and they call a play. Celts looking to tie this trip. 41 seconds left to play first quarter. Ainge cuts through. Bird goes through in the baseline. Gets the ball. 15 first quarter points for Larry Bird with deadlock at 28.
Larry Bird was certainly ready for the Sixers.
Larry would be ready for the Little Sisters of the Poor, I think, if they came in here to play. Richardson free for 2.
Good pick that set that time to knock Buckner off his stride. Allowed Richardson to score.
Back and forth we go as the Celts look for the final shot of the first quarter. They find Bird for 2.
Oh, boy. And that pass went right by one of the best defensive forwards in the league, Bobby Jones.
Clint Richardson lets it fly deep. Had a shot at it. Jones, the rebound for 2 as the Celts get caught flat-footed. So Bobby Jones gives Philly a 2-point lead. Here's Bird's basket on the other end. Sixers by a hoop. Second quarter's coming up.
When winter's at its worst, be sure you've got the best. Snapper's compact snow thrower blows away snow like no other its size. Control the snow with a rotating chute and adjustable deflector cap. For bigger jobs, try Snapper's 2-stage and cut up to a 30-inch path through the most stubborn snow. All Snappers have steel frame construction. Ask your Snapper dealer for the model that fits your needs. Buy a Snapper now at last year's price and get free electric start with any model. Ask about low monthly payments with Snap Credit. Remember, it's a Snap with a Snapper.
Additional tax, but it's not a tax.
You know, we Americans are an opinionated bunch. Like most of you, I enjoy politics. But today, we need to do a lot more than argue about the issues. In our business, we have 15,000 independent oil and natural gas producers, each with an opinion. But when we were faced with the energy crisis a few years ago, we did something about it. We pulled together to help make America more energy secure. And we need to put that same philosophy to work across America today. Don't just talk about the problem, let's find solutions. Write your national and local lawmakers. Support candidates of your choice and work for them. In our last election, only 1/4 of those eligible voted. Next election, go to the polls. Don't take our freedoms for granted. We could lose them.
We are about to begin the second quarter here at the Boston Garden. Mike Orman along with Tom Heinsohn. 32-30. As you can see, the Sixers undefeated on the regular season. So are the Celts coming into this one. And Philly is burning it up here tonight. 62% in that first quarter. 13 out of 21. They are beating the Celts off the board 10-8. Celtics shooting 52%.
What the Sixers did effectively, though, with Clint Richardson is immediately hit the outside shot. And as soon as they started doing that, that opened up the passing lanes to Moses Malone, and then the Sixers obligingly started hitting the ball into Moses.
Scotty Wedman is checked in for Larry Bird. McHale's hook shot will come up short, and we've got a pushing foul. It's going to go against Philly. Let's check the lineups for you. The Celts have got Buckner and Ainge in the backcourt, McHale, Maxwell, and Wedman up front. Philly is going to counter with Moses Malone in the middle, Barkley and Bobby Jones at the forwards, Sadale Threet, and the Olympian Leon Wood seeing his first minutes of the night. Leon Wood, number 20, over on the far side there on the free throw lane.
Yeah, Moses Malone looks as well in shape as he did the year they won the title when he first came to the Sixers. That could spell lots of great basketball in the Eastern Division.
Kevin McHale off the feed, the tap, got it the second time. Great play by Buckner to get that offensive rebound. 5 points now for McHale, and the Celts go back in front. Buckner giving Wood a hard time, slaps it away. Barkley for two.
Don't take your eyes off that kid already, I can tell. You got to know where he is, Max.
A thunderous dunk. Wedman can't hit outside. Rebound to three. He pushes it straight up the middle. Ainge with the quick double on Malone outside. Threet is able to hit.
A few more of those, and that's really going to open up the inside game for the Sixers.
Philly seems to have a ton of answers here, Tom, tonight. Ainge. Got it. 4 points for Danny. Buckner, a one-man press in the backcourt. Quinn's going to give Wood his baptism of fire here. Malone, Buckner gets a hand a couple of times. And the foul will be on Quinn reaching in.
Well, they allow the ball to go down into Moses where he likes it best, right in the sweet spot, the low post, and Buckner has to really help out. Reaches in, picks up number one.
Here's an interesting question, Tom, and I know the answer, so this isn't fair. Who holds the NBA all-time record for career turnovers? Moses Malone.
Really?
Yeah. Ainge short on the fall away. Wedman kept it alive. Maxwell got it.
Got to hang in there. Don't give up on the offensive board until somebody in a red jersey has the real possession of it, and then you got to turn and run like heck up the other end.
Back and forth we go. 37 apiece. 10 minutes to go here first half. Barkley to three. They look for Malone. Find him. Lost it on the way up, and McHale comes down with it.
Oh, he does do that more than anybody else.
Buckner. Good feed to Wedman.
A little more of that quick penetration. Get it inside before the Sixer defense gets a chance to set up.
Celtics continue to get some great minutes off the bench from Quinn Buckner. Bobby Jones looks for the cutter, and guess who's there?
Well, Danny Ainge kind of made him veer out of his path straight to the basket. He helped create that turnover.
Clem Johnson, as you can see, into the ball game. Moses Malone gets his first break of the night. See if the Celts try to go to McHale with Clem Johnson on him. They're looking at the Maxwell-Barkley matchup. Max spins on the kid. Doesn't get the roll. Rebound Johnson.
I think all he had to do was lay it back up there the easy way, and he would have had two. The kid didn't know what to do.
Sedale Treat loses it on the way up. It'll be Philly basketball. Cunningham again exploding off the bench, looking for a foul call. Julius coming back in.
Boy, oh boy, has he been something for the NBA.
I can remember watching him. I'll date myself here, watching him in the old field house up at UMass when he used to get about 28 or 34 rebounds a game.
You were 10 years old then, of course.
No, unfortunately, I wasn't. 12. Leon Wood outside. Max keeps it alive. Celts looking to go 4. Try to go back door. Buckner just forced it up. Maxwell the rebound. Fake on Barkley. 2 fakes. No foul. Barkley and a jump ball between Wedman and Barkley. Barkley might have got away with one under there.
I think Jack Madden has seen 2 different games tonight at 2 different ends of the court. And they're not getting anything. Maxwell, nice hustle on the offensive board. And Barkley kind of nudges Maxwell out of the way.
Philly control the tap. Here comes Leon Wood. Celts shut off the middle on Jay. Barkley in traffic, and Buckner picks his pocket, and Madden calls a foul. And Larry Bird comes off the sidelines talking
Go
to
home,
Madden.
Jack. Go home and get your golf clubs, will you, and play a little golf. Get to the 19th hole or something, boy. Oh, there's a perfect steal right from underneath. No foul when you're coming from underneath. That's almost an unwritten rule in the NBA officials. When you come over the top, you get a foul. If you steal it from underneath, it's yours.
Buckner still belly up on Leon Wood. Barkley's got Bird on him now. Max will take Jay. Celts, good defense this trip. They're down to 4 seconds. Barkley can't hit outside. Jay keeps it alive. Into Barkley. Spins in traffic for 2.
He is good down there. And he's got just enough of an outside shot where you have to go out and get him.
Maxwell right back on Barkley. Yes, and no! Offensive foul whistled on Maxwell.
This is getting atrocious, folks. Absolutely atrocious. Casey Jones, a very unhappy man. Here's Maxwell. Goes up, and if that wasn't a foul on Barkley.
Alley-oop to Barkley, back door for 2. And Philly goes up by a hoop, 41-39. Barkley with a dozen here in the first half. Robert Parrish will be back in next whistle. Bird spins on Jay, got it. 19 for Larry, we're tied at 41. 7 minutes to play now, first half. Barkley a screen for Jay. It goes back instead to 3. Now Barkley's trying to post up Bird. Julius hits outside. And that is the first hoop for Julius Erving with just under 7 to play here. Ainge from 18.
Maxwell's the kind of player when they sink in.
91 Bravo, proceeding on rescue training mission.
1 weekend a month, you can take off for the beach, the mountains, or a drive in the country in the Army Reserve.
Subject spotted.
Be all that you can be.
It's no picnic, but it's the kind of excitement no other weekend offers.
Mission completed. We're heading home.
And you'll still have 3 weekends a month to take off on your own.
You can do it in the Army Reserve.
This Bud's for everyone who scrapes it, sprays it, and lays it on smooth.
This Bud's for you. For all you do, the king of beers is coming through.
Yeah, just for you. That distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser.
For all you do.
This Bud's for you.
Sports Channel's continuing coverage of Whaler action comes your way this Saturday, November 10th, as the Quebec Nordiques host the Hartford Whalers. Join Don Blackburn and Rick Peckham for all the live and exclusive coverage right here on Sports Channel. It begins at 7:30. Hartford Whaler hockey. All right, let's check the lineups. Barkley is still in there along with Erving, Wood, Clem Johnson, and Sedale Threet. The Celts have got the Chief, McHale, and Bird up front. Buckner and Ainge the backcourt. They isolate for Jay. Ainge comes on the double. Leon Wood tries a three-pointer. No. McHale aboard. Up ahead to Buckner. Chief is trying to break, but Philly's back on D. Bird gets free. Leaner won't go, and Larry got bumped. Chief keeps it alive. And Jack Madden says it hit the side of the basket. I'm not saying anymore. We'll probably get a lot of people with us for the first time tonight, and we're usually not this hard on the officials.
That's the first time I can remember in about 2 years, but this one is really getting to the developing stages of a classic.
And that's going to be offensive goaltending or a foul. Take your pick. They give the foul to Barkley.
And the crowd going wild now. That one finally went for the Celts. There's Barkley, and he's renowned for this. Good block out that time by McHale, and Barkley comes right up over the top, and when that big body nudges McHale almost into the Sixers bench.
McHale is looking for Larry Bird. Finds him, gets a step on Jay, and gets two. 21 for Larry in the first half.
When you take it to the hoop, take it hard.
45-43, Boston by 2. Air ball by Jay, and Ainge out of the pack with it. Up ahead to the Chief. Barkley back. Foul, Barkley. Well, he went right up there and challenged Robert.
Well, he made sure that he wasn't going to get the crunch. Nice outlet pass and a lot of hustle by Parrish to get on the front end of that break. And here's Barkley with the body.
Get up there, though.
I guess you can. Robert said I was going to stuff it on you, pal, but
I didn't expect to see that much of you up here, right?
The bread truck was there.
The excitement of college football comes your way on Sunday, November 11th, as Illinois takes on Indiana. Catch all the action exclusively on Sports Channel. It begins at 7:30. Big Ten college football, the Illini against the Hoosiers.
You know, it's really fun to see a player like Barkley because he kind of is a vibrant type of player, you know, and nobody at his size and his girth would expect to be as mobile as he is. But he is sure going to be a fun thing to watch for the next few years. Much like Darryl Dawkins was when he first came into the NBA.
Chief averaged about 20 points, 3 blocks, and 13 rebounds against the Sixers in the series last year. He's got a half dozen so far tonight, and the Celtics are back up by 4 as we have continued to swing back and forth here. I think 4 points is the biggest lead on either side. Philly might have got up 5 early. Clem Johnson hits the turnaround baseline. Philadelphia has really spread the wealth around on the scoring sheet. Quick steal by Cheeks, and that's going to be an easy 2.
Oh, the Sixers are renowned. When you try to go to that weak side, you better make sure the man is open because there's usually a man sitting there waiting for a pass right at the top.
Bird open. 23 for Larry, and the Celts go back up.
Sixers just don't let you swing the ball out easily from side to side.
They had 16 steals against the Indiana Pacers the other night. It's Jay trying to get 2 back. No, Bird the board. Looking for a little help. Ainge comes back.
Yeah, but after the good rebound, the Celts unable to get a fast break going.
Moses Malone is back up off the Philly bench. McHale free for a moment down low. He wants the ball on Barkley. Ainge throws up a prayer. Bird is there. And a 24-second violation on the Celtics.
Well,
couldn't get anything organized.
They sure didn't, and it was a very poor shot, but Danny Ainge had to take it.
I kind of like Dange. That's not a bad nickname.
Dange?
Dange.
Dange, sort of like in between Danny and Danger.
Mo Cheeks. Yes. 11 for Maurice, and we're tied again at 49. Nobody can open up any daylight here. Buckner on the cut to Ainge. Fall away. Tapped by McHale and a beauty.
All right. That's what the Celts need. Some strong rebounding off of misses.
Barkley trying to get some position on McHale down low. They come back looking for Barkley, and Buckner steals it away. Needs some help.
You know, not too many people take the ball away right out of the hands of Mo Cheeks.
Triple team on Robert Parrish. Bird through the lane. Left-hander is good, and a foul. 25 first half points for Larry Bird with 3:09 to play.
Here comes Buckner, finds Larry Bird, and Dr. J hanging right on his right hand. Larry senses it, turns to the left. It's good, and a foul on the J.
3:09 to go in the half, and they're on their feet here at the Garden. 53-49. Celts by 4.
There's a treat out of the power line.
Introducing more truck for 85, the Nissan regular bed. More payload than any other leading standard compact truck. More combined standard power and torque, too, all for the same sticker as last year. The 85 Nissan regular bed.
Power's off. Let's go.
The more truck for no more money.
Come alive, come and drive. Major motion from Nissan.
It's your Datsun dealer.
When the game is over out there, down this hallway, through this door, the game goes on for Globe Sports Writers. It's the same dedication to covering the world you'll find every day in the Boston Globe.
This Sunday, the sports pages trace the career of NFL sensation Dan Marino and how his off-field actions have improved his game. Plus, you'll find wrap-ups of the Eastern Mass High School tournaments. And it's all in the Boston Sunday Globe.
This season, Sports Channel brings you 35 exclusive Whaler telecasts against the best teams. You'll see Hartford take on Edmonton, the New York Islanders, the Flyers, plus Adams Division foes such as Buffalo, Montreal, and Quebec. Exciting NHL hockey and exclusive games. The Whalers meet head-on with the always tough Quebec Nordiques. Saturday at 7:30. The best of Eastern sports, Sports Channel.
Quick hands with a capital Q. Watch Mr. Buckner step up there and just take that ball nicely as you can away from one of the cleverest ball handlers in the league, Maurice Cheeks.
Bobby Jones is checked back into the Philadelphia lineup. This is something of a trend here. It seems Bobby comes in for like the last 3 or 4 minutes of each quarter.
A lot of people think that perhaps Bobby Jones is losing a little gas in his tank. He's had been a diabetic, as I understand it, or epileptic it is. And he's been around a long time.
Fine
Great competitor.
Malone can't hit outside. Another rebound by Birds. Got the Chief on the down and out. And Malone is there for the foul.
But again, Moses Malone showing that that loss of weight has increased his speed and quickness. Heads up play. Larry Bird on the rebound knows that Parrish is streaking up the court. 0-0 on the fly, and Moses trying to get back into it. Good effort by Moses, and particularly fine run up the court by Parrish.
Chief missed the first one.
No, Parrish feels, hey, you're going to burn me down low. I'm going to make you run your tail off.
No blood there, though. Celtic lead stays at 5. Alley-oop to Jay. No offensive goaltending. And look at Billy Cunningham. Look at Cunningham. He's doing laps over there, folks. Oh, come on. Almost came out in the court. Well, they say he was in the cylinder. Awful close if he wasn't. Ainge was looking for McHale. Bird wants it. The tap up, no. Chief got it second time.
That penetration by Bird made Moses move over to help out. And that freed Parrish up on the glass.
Biggest lead of the night, I believe, 56-49. Celts by 7. 2:13 to play first half. Sedale 3, gives up to Jay. Can't hit. And Dick Bavetta with about a call from about 25 feet away on Robert Parrish.
Wait a minute, Dickie. Who was it on, please?
He called it on the Chief, his third.
Oh.
And the thing that struck me, Tom, is he called it from half court.
I'd like to see a replay on that one because the rebound was way, way short, and they were so far away from the ball. Well, here's the stuff. That was no goaltend, I want to tell you. He took that well beyond the basket. I don't think these two guys are having too good a night, these officials.
Buckner right out on Mo Cheeks, who thought he had an opening to the hoop there, and it closed up pretty quick. Here's Cheeks again, gets through a crack. No. And a late whistle by Bavetta. The foul will go on the Celtics. And Casey Jones now is up towards half court, wondering what's going on here.
Well, you know, when a game gets out of hand by the officials and they make a few bad calls, or what the players feel are a few bad calls in a row, then the coaches get upset. That carries back to the players.
Technical foul's been called on Philly.
And now it's Billy Cunningham reaping the rewards of that one. Why, I don't know, as the foul was called on Mikhail.
Yeah.
Now it's called on Haynes.
Larry Bird now just 5 points away from a Celtic record for points and a half, as he has 27.
You know, the teams have to go in and get themselves squared away at halftime, and I think these two officials better get themselves squared away.
Oh, his Cheeks is having himself a whale of a half. He's got a dozen. Rebound taken in by Maxwell. 1:45 to play. Boston by 7.
But the Sixers are so strongly challenging every rebound that even when the Celtics get one, they can't get too many fast breaks going.
Bird tried to loop it in. Bobby Jones got a hand on it. Here comes Jay. 3-on-1 break. And Doc just lost the ball, but Richardson can't convert, and Maxwell clears.
Dr. Jay should have given that off much sooner.
Good move by Buckner, but he couldn't get the handle. Now takes the jumper and hits it. All right, Quinn. First two for the night. Biggest Celtic lead, 9. Richardson gets free, top of the key. Now Jay pops out. Malone wanted low. Jay a leaner, won't go. Whistle and a foul. They're going to stay here. It's going to go against Boston.
Kevin McHale. He's just trying to block Moses off the boards. Kind of was pushing backwards there, though, or pushing him underneath the basket. But look at Kevin had him hooked to boot. But that's what Moses makes you do. I mean, you are trying to hold a load there when you're trying to block him out.
Moses on the program at 6'10", 255. Charlie Barkley has come back into the lineup. He's up front with Jones, Malone in the middle, Cheeks and Richardson the guards. Ainge, Buckner, Maxwell, Bird, and McHale will go down the stretch. Larry, yes. 29. 61-52. Celtics. Well, Cunningham just is talking this entire game. Calling for some motion. Cheeks gives it to Barkley. He's swallowed up. And a 3-second violation as he was camped out in the lane.
Well, some player called that one.
13 turnovers on Philly. Ainge, good spin move on Cheeks. Celts taking it down for the final shot, and Barkley steals the pass. He better let it go. He does. It'll be short. We have played a half here at the Garden. It has been a dandy. 29 first half points for that man, number 33. And the Celtics walk off with a 9-point lead, 61-52. Boston in the half. Tom and I will be back in just a second. The original members-only strap collar jacket. It's today's most exciting and most wanted jacket. Members only, the brand that's changing the way America looks at fine stores everywhere.
Oh, Mike. Oh.
Tom's got his on the road all the time.
Do you deliver a leather one, too, I have.
Let's take a look at some of the stats here. As you can see, Philly cooled off a bit. They were shooting about 60% most of the first half, dropped off to 50 towards the end. Boston 52%. Both teams pretty sharp at the free throw line. Philly 10 of 13, Boston 9 of 11. A rebounding edge suddenly swung to the Celtics there on the late going, Tom.
Well, that's what wins any of these games against two fine teams. Who's going to dominate the boards? And Boston, with Larry Bird really crashing for every rebound, offensively and defensively, has managed to take away that gain that Sixers had in the first quarter.
Yes, they sure did. Let's take a look at the individual scoring quickly. Barkley with 14 points. You can see Malone 12 and 7, Cheeks with 10, and Richardson with 8 points. On the other side of the ledger, well, let's go through the whole pack here. Erving, Threet, Jones, and Johnson chipping in a hoop apiece. For the Celtics, Larry Bird on top, all alone, 29 points. That balance might be a little scary as the game goes on. 8 for Parrish, 7 for McHale, 6 for Danny Ainge, 7.7 rebounds for Kevin McHale, 5.5 rebounds for Cedric Maxwell, who more and more is looking like the Max of old.
Well, Dennis Johnson only 2 points, and he's been much more effective offensive player in the prior games than he's shown here in the first half.
All right, let's check the lineup. Celtics have got Danny Ainge in the backcourt, along with DJ. Up front, it's going to be the Chief, Bird, and Maxwell. Clint Richardson starts again in the second half. Malone's out there on Parrish. Iavarone's back in on Maxwell. And an offensive foul is called on Cedric Maxwell.
Wipes his brow. There's Max trying to make something out of nothing. And there's Iavarone. He really did have good position that time. Good call by Jack Madden. They got it together in the locker room. At least I hope they did.
We'll see. Moses gets the double team quickly. Cheeks unable to hit outside, and Moses lost it out of bounds, but they say it'll be Philly basketball.
But more importantly, Mike, the Celtics made the Sixers move that ball around. They got it into Moses' hands. They quickly doubled down and forced him to pass it back out quickly.
Iavarone comes out deep to Richardson. DJ has got him. Clint hits it. Lets that go from around his chest somewhere, but it's an effective shot. And Richardson's in double figures with 10. Boston by 7. Celtics will keep it.
I'll tell you, Richardson's been doing a very, very courageous job on Dennis Johnson. Look at Cheeks going in there and digging at Danny Ainge. They're really making the Celtic guards work hard.
Back live, Clint Richardson was called for getting a hand on Dennis Johnson outside, so the Celtics will inbound one more time. Larry Bird over there right beside Billy Cunningham.
They're trying to get the Celtics, Dennis Johnson, into this ball game. They need his offense at the guard position.
Well, DJ started off slowly the other night, but sure came on like gangbusters in the final half. No stopping that guy. 63-54. Erving, nice cut pass, and Robert Parrish will be called for the goaltender.
Well, Danny Ainge tried to go over and double on Dr. J, cut off the middle to him, and Dr. J, as soon as he made the move, spots Mr. Cheeks.
The guard out of West Texas State that nobody had really heard of before he showed up in Philly. He had been a fine player in the Missouri Valley Conference. Bird free, and a good look by Ainge.
Dr. J was cheating on the defense, trying to play Bird for the pop-out jumper, and Bird used his noodle, got open underneath.
He was open, too. Philly looking for Malone. Chief, a nice job of deny. Rebound off to DJ. Max is ahead of the pack. Nice play. Ainge takes it to the hole, and the foul, and a hard one by Averoni, who goes down pretty hard himself.
Well, that new rule in effect, the no foul rule, or the no layup rule, where they foul you intentionally going to the hoop. Averoni went up strong, and within the framework of what's allowable now, without some excessive foul, goes up, gives the body, and tries to slap at the ball, knocks Danny Ainge down, and it hurt.
At this point in the ball game, Larry Bird has 33 points, and the rest of the Celtics have 32.
Celtics got to get that running game going, keep the pressure on the Sixer defense. And the likes of Parrish and Maxwell have got to hustle up that court quickly, try and post up so the guards can get them the ball.
Danny Ainge is still perfect this year at the free throw line, 8 for 8. Boston's lead up to 11. Malone rejected Parrish, but Moses rams it home in the second attempt.
That's what he does so well. He just stays there. He takes the shot, and he stays there. If it doesn't go in, he's right in position to rebound it. Even on blocks, he'll get it back again.
Celtics were looking to go to Bird. Now DJ open for a second and hits.
Nice pick that time by Larry Bird to free up Dennis Johnson's shooting hand. And Richardson trying to stick to DJ like glue.
They isolate Cheeks on the far side with Ainge. Now they go into Malone. Loose ball. Moses kept it alive, but Bird took it away. Up to Ainge. Further ahead to Bird. Pulls up in three-point land. Yes! Six points for Larry Bird with 9:03 to play in the third quarter. 72-58. Celts by 14. And they're getting a real kick out of this at the Boston Garden, I'll tell you.
Larry Bird sees the Sixers as a stumbling block, wants them out of the way.
This Bud's for everyone who scrapes it, sprays it, and lays it on smooth. Just for you, that distinctively clean, crisp taste that says Budweiser. For all you do. This Bud's for you.
A resource can mean many things. The gifts of nature, the fruits of invention, the people who bring them together. Every business relies on these and needs a bank that provides its own resources. Credit, money management, specialized programs for industry. Expect these and more from Fleet. Fleet National Bank, New England's business resource.
Take a look, New England. General Motors has 3 all-new entries for the 85 lineup. Olds Calais, Buick Somerset, and Pontiac Grand Am. One stands out above the rest. Grand Am, the magnificent new driver's coupe from your New England Pontiac dealers. Styling, roadability, price, it beats the others hands down. In fact, our front-wheel drive Pontiac Grand Am is $500 less than Olds Calais, $800 less than Buick Somerset. New England, you're gonna love Grand Am's affordable excitement. See it now at your New England Pontiac dealers.
Welcome back to the Boston Garden, where about 14,000 are just having a dandy time here, thanks to shots like this one.
And nobody was really underneath, and that's an uncharacteristic long shot by Bird. But look at Barkley saying, so this is the NBA, huh?
Yeah. This is this guy I've been hearing about. Larry is 8 of his last 10 from the floor. 72-58, biggest Celtic lead of the night. 8:53 to play here, third quarter. Richardson can't hit. Loose ball. Ainge takes it away. Gets it ahead to Maxwell. DJ wanted to go back to Max. Does. Little leaner. No. Malone the board. Up ahead to Cheeks. The Celtics do a nice job of getting back. Averoni throws up a wish. Bird, bounce pass out to DJ. Dennis takes it to the hole. won't go. Takes down Jack Madden, and that gets a big hand from the crowd.
But Madden's hurt. Madden is hurt.
Get him on the knee.
Looks like he twisted his knee.
Ooh, boy, Jack Madden is in pain.
Looks like it's a pretty serious one. He's kind of wincing with pain here. Well, Dennis Johnson was driving strong to the hoop, and Richardson kind of bumped him, and Ivoroni steps in. He's out of control and right into Jack Madden. Looked like a block would be that you throw in football at a man without all that padding.
Dick Bavetta may end up working the rest of this one alone.
That'd be unfortunate. Tough job to officiate this type of basketball game with as much riding on the outcome, even though it's early in the season with only one official. Here's where we're going to see from another angle, and here's Dennis out of control and right into Madden. Madden was trying to ward him off and went right into the kneecap. So that really, and they're going to carry him off the court. Well, he's flexing it a little bit. Al Domenico and Melchiori, along with Dr. Tom Silver, and a very interesting Kevin McHale. First time I've ever seen any concern on Kevin's face for an official.
Kevin came over to help carry him off.
He took a real tough blow to the knee, and you could tell he was in pain right away.
Well, Jack is going to continue right down into the dressing room, so Dick Bavetta is going to whistle this one alone. He goes up to talk right now to Casey Jones. I'm sure he'll be back and explain to Billy Cunningham how he's going to work this.
Well, that really puts him under the gun. A tough, meaningful ball game. Two undefeated ball clubs right now, and the game's going to be carried by one official, Dick Bavetta.
And lots of time left to play in this. 8 minutes, 24 seconds in the third quarter.
Well, Boston was getting a fast break going, and Dennis Johnson came out of the locker room saying to himself, he's going to push the ball up the court and try and create something for himself.
All right, let's take a quick time out here. 72-58 our score, 8:24 left to play, third quarter. We'll be back and let you know what's going to happen next.
Sit down, because you're not going to believe this. With the Weed Eater Power Snow Shovel, you can clear a 12-inch path from your driveway, sidewalk, or porch in the winter. Then, with a quick switch, you've got the famous Weed Eater Lawn Trimmer. One tool, year-round. Don't get up yet, there's more. Buy a Weed Eater snow thrower now and get this $55 lawn trimmer attachment free. So why buy just a snow thrower when you can get all this for the same price? I don't know either. Why would you? Beats me. Jeez, I just can't believe it.
See the yellow pages under lawnmowers for your nearest Weed Eater dealer.
Can you show me the hottest new car in America?
Yes, yes, we can.
The Nissan 300ZX.
We're gonna give you the best we can.
Turbo.
Yes, yes, we can. You want a great car? We're your Nissan Datsun men. Here we are. Yes, yes, we can. We've got selection.
How about some of those DX ideas in a family car?
Yes, yes, we can. New England Nissan Datsun men. Yes, we can. Yes.
The high and the meaty at the Scotch and Sirloin.
Who's the teriyaki? He's the teriyaki. Oh, really? No, O'Reilly.
Where can you see the Cosmos gun for the gold in their first MISL season? The answer is not trivial. It's Sports Channel. Play Championship Pursuit this fall, only on Sports Channel.
College football rates a 10 on Sports Channel. Don't miss the excitement of Pac-10 and Big Ten college football on the best of Eastern sports, Sports Channel.
Don't forget to join us here on Sports Channel for a complete recap of all the racing action from Aqueduct Park. It begins tonight at 11 o'clock. That's racing from the Big A. Well, at center court right now, Casey Jones and Billy Cunningham are both talking things over with Dick Bavetta. It would not appear from the way Jack Madden looked headed downstairs that he'll be back, Tom.
Well, I don't anticipate he will be back because Bavetta now trying to tell both Billy Cunningham and Casey Jones that it's going to be a tough enough job, so guys get off my case. You know, I'll do the best job I can. This is tough enough with 2 guys, let alone 1.
Now, let's take a look at some action from earlier.
Very tough to get at Moses Malone's shot, but that time Parrish times it perfectly. But guess who's right there to get the block once again and up for the strong stuff? Moses Malone. And we're going to see the Celtics score one. Long lead pass. Well, it's not a basket, all right, but here comes Danny Ainge.
This is the Averoni foul.
Yeah, Averoni coming in strong, and make sure Ainge doesn't get a 3-point play.
Now let's check the lineups real quick. Moses Malone, Charles Barkley, and Bobby Jones in the front court for Philly. Back court will be Clint Richardson and Maurice Cheeks. Celtics will counter with Bird, Johnson, Ainge, Maxwell, and Parrish. 72-58. Celtics by 14. We're underway with 1 official. Bird around the screen. Bobby Jones trying to shut him off.
But on that play that they called the foul, they didn't give Dennis Johnson any, they didn't give him 2 free throws.
Offensive foul whistled on DJ as he went at Moses Malone. Dennis not at all happy with Dick Bavetta's call, and Dick is saying, hey, come on now, guys. First trip up the floor, I'm here alone, and you're on my case.
I would have thought Dennis would have gotten 2 free throws on that situation that caused the problem with Jack Madden. Instead, they gave the Celtics the ball out of bounds.
Bobby Jones with a couple of thoughts about his shot. Now they come to Barkley far side. Wants to work on Bird. Gives it up to Bobby Jones for 2.
So he passes, too.
4 points now for the veteran Jones. Philly within a dozen. Let's see if that 2-minute break slows the Celtics down. They were on a roll. Foul's going to be on Maurice Cheeks outside.
But the Sixers guards are really harassing the Celtic guards, trying to break down their play patterns and their rhythm. Look at Cheeks all over Danny Ainge.
Back live, Dennis Johnson gives it up to Bird. They loop it to Parrish. Quick turnaround. Got it. 10 points for the Chief. Cheeks pushing it right back at him, though. Bird had the steal, but Cheeks got it back, and Barkley throws it in.
Boy, does he have the knack underneath that basket. That ball was in his hands and up before anybody could even react.
Bobby Jones with the quick hands, but the Celtics will keep it in the forecourt. Barkley now has 14 points.
There's no wasted motion on Barkley when he gets the ball in tight to the basket.
Bird trying to post up, does. Doesn't get the roll this time, and Malone clears. First one Larry's missed in a while. It's the closest one he's taken, too. Philly looking to get within 10 with 6:50 to play. Barkley in the lane, gives up to Moses. Blocked by Parrish, taken by Bird. Up ahead to DJ. He's got the Chief. DJ for 2.
There's DJ putting the heat on the Sixer defense.
Took it right to him. Richardson back, won't go. Malone won't go. Another rebound. Bird gets it up ahead to Ainge in the middle. Maxwell off to DJ. No. Ainge the offensive board. Yes, and a foul. Heck of a move by Danny Ainge. Robert Parrish very slow getting up on the other end of the floor. Just get back to his feet.
Here's DJ, who got bumped from behind. Danny Ainge hanging tough. A lot of red jerseys around him. Barkley from behind. Ainge has the presence of mind to use his body against him. Squeeze it up there. He'll be at the line to try and complete a 3-point play.
Who says Danny Ainge doesn't have hang time? Did you stay in the air there, huh?
Hang time. Come on, he doesn't have hang time.
He tucked his legs underneath him to give him an extra split second. Robert Parrish will go to the bench.
You only count hang time when a guy jumps 4 feet in the air.
Everything's relative, son. 11 now for Dan on the night. 79-62. Biggest Celtic lead, 17. Celtics feel pretty good if they can blow Philly out of here. That's got to be on Malone.
Let's get physical. Da-da-da.
And Moses didn't like that call.
Well, Dick Pavetta has got a mighty tough job on his hands right now.
Well, Moses has got himself 4 fouls right now, Tom.
You know, it's important where an official...
Moses, I don't know if you catch that, Tom. Moses was pointing at Pavetta and he said, "You owe me."
Right, he owes you, Moses, right? Come on. But a game officiated by one official, he's going to try and more likely call a game from outside more than underneath the baskets. Because you can't keep running from one end to the other or you'll die by the end of the ball game.
Yeah, he's been trying it, though, here for the first couple of minutes of this. I thought he'd do that, kind of stay in the half-court area, but he's going end-line to end-line right now. McHale's got 19-point Boston lead.
Take a shot. That's Dick Pavetta really sprinting up the court, trying to get up underneath the other end.
Malone wants to post up McHale badly. Figures Pavetta owes him one. Oh, what a battle going on with Malone and McHale. Oh, I tell you, Jim Edmonds, if you've got any of that, show it to us.
Now, Bird right on the ball, but they said they hit Barkley right on the side of the head. Forces him to go to the baseline, positions him up underneath the basket.
Malone, though.
Yeah, look at that body slamming over behind the play. Danny Ainge incredulous. But give the guy, Dick Pavetta, the benefit of the doubt right now. He's under the gun.
There's some serious business going on with McHale and Malone away from the ball as Barkley hits the first free throw.
Look at Bird right on the ball, and he said he hit him on the side. And watch McHale going down, and Moses said, "Get out of my way, Kevin. You carried Jack Madden out."
Rebound pulled down by Cheeks. Quick turnaround, Mo Cheeks. No. Bird is wiped out by Barkley. He can't lay it in. Barkley tries to keep it in and does successfully. Almost takes out the press table. Bird, a reach in. Barkley. No. Rebound, Maxwell. Ainge has got Bird. Pull up. Bang. For Larry Bird. 20-point Boston lead. Philly wants time. Listen to the Garden crowd.
Sixers really had more than their share of opportunities. They didn't score, but quickly on the fast break up to Bird. And he said, "You give me daylight, you're going to pay." And his outside game has been incredible so far this year.
He's got 38, as we said so far tonight. And Boston with a 20-point lead, 83-63. Danny Ainge and Robert Parrish are the only two Celtics in double figures, and they're just barely there. Ainge has got 11, Parrish has got 10, Kevin McHale's got 9. After that, Dennis Johnson 6, 5 for Maxwell, 2 for Wedman, 2 for Buckner. On the other side, Philly has spread it around. Barkley's got 14, Cheeks has got 14, Malone's got 14, Richardson's got 10. How about this one, Tom? Julius Erving, 2
points. Yeah, that is a surprise, but at Dr. J's age in life, you know, his stage in his career, you are going to have off nights where you're not going to score.
You're going to have the guy on the banquet circuit by the time the night's over.
It's tough, baby. It's tough. Here, watch the Sixers on the prior possession before Bird scored the outside shot. As Barkley trying, had a couple of shots at it before that attempt even. And here comes the Celtics up quickly on the break. And Bird, before Bobby Jones can get at him, has the ball off and flying.
In the last 14 minutes, Philly is 8 for 29 from the floor, just 27%.
Well, Dr. J has been sitting on the bench talking to himself. He knows very well that he's only got 2 points, and he's about to come back into this ball game. And there is no rollover in the good doctor.
Yeah, it wasn't as if he didn't have the minutes. He played 17 minutes in that first half. As you can see, Jay is back in along with Cheeks, Barkley, Sedale Threet, and Moses Malone. M.L. Carr into the lineup for the first time tonight for the Celtics. Carr will cover Threet. Bird picks off the pass. I haven't seen too many games like this out of Jay. Double pump.
Waited till Barkley drifted by off the glass.
22-point Boston lead.
The Celtics have broken down the Sixer defense right now.
Barkley lost it to ML in traffic. He saves it into Ainge. He's got McHale on a wing. Finds him. And they are blowing him out of here.
That was a great pass by Danny Ainge. Mo Cheeks knew the only chance he had was to go up high and try and pick off that pass, and Danny anticipated it, lobbed it right over his hands.
11 points, 8 assists for Ainge. Jay hits one off the glass and will be at the line.
You know what's happening with Dr. J? He's not trying to create anything for himself like he used to past years. He's trying to do it within the offense. Here he gets the ball at the key, swoops down the middle, and that's clogged up, and he has to take a real difficult shot. Ball's in.
Just 2 out of 11 from the field tonight. He'll be back.
But he's not getting out on that fast break either. The best part of Dr. J's offensive arsenal was those swooping stuffs on the fast break, and we haven't seen him do any of those tonight, and he hasn't really been in on the fast break that often.
Hasn't been out in the lanes. It's been a long night for Billy C. 4:15 left to play here, third quarter. Ainge gives it up to ML. Back to Danny. Cheeks, look at those hands on Cheeks. ML, better let it go, ML. Air ball, Malone up ahead, Sedale 3. And it's blocked by ML Carr. Oh, when you're hot, you're hot.
I didn't think ML was going to get to it, but he sure hustled.
Jay, double pump is blocked by Bird. Barkley in traffic. And they call a foul. Bird thought he had a steal. Almost threw it in underhanded.
But how nicely they contained Dr. J's swooping shot from one side to the other. They really pinned him underneath, made him lean, and yet somebody still had a chance to block it.
Yeah, 22 points ahead, Tom, and they didn't just let him take the easy 2.
Here's ML really putting on all he's got and gets in at it. Treat was kind of lollygagging up there, figuring he had put the 2 in the scorebook, gang, but ML took it away.
We've got a timeout. 3:39 left to play here in the third quarter, and it is all green right now. 87-66. Boston by 21. Exciting thoroughbred horse racing comes your way all year long here on Sports Channel, and that is Racing from Suffolk Downs. 5 nights a week. See a complete recap of all the day's action, plus inside news that comes direct from the track. Don't miss it. The excitement of racing from Suffolk Downs, and it is only here on Sports Channel.
We've got it. You got to come and see it.
That's right. You can even go home tonight, T, and watch this again around midnight.
I'm going to do it. Let's watch we're going to have a play coming up briefly, I think, but should be interesting. We've got the Sixers right now with Billy Cunningham down on one knee. Here's the play. And you just watch how quickly the Celtics can get it up the court when the Sixers don't challenge those outlet passes. And watch Dennis take it strong. And he knew that Bobby Jones was sitting there waiting for him to release it, and yet just out-quicked him to the basket.
DJ's having some trouble up that end there with folks. Got Madden up there one time and took him out of the game. Just took a photographer out on that trip.
Got a slew of photographers that are sitting there with their legs outstretched instead of underneath, folded underneath. And, you know, it's only not even a full stride off the court. There are those photographers, and DJ's run into them 2 or 3 times.
Celtics are 10 for 14 in the third quarter. Philly is 6 out of 20. 30% shooting for Philly, 71% shooting for Boston. They are shooting 57% for the game. Philly has slipped all the way down to 44%, and they were shooting about 60% most of the game. The Celtics, in fact, have yet to shoot less than 50% in the ball game this year. Boston's come out of the blocks like their 100-yard dash.
I think that's a tribute to Larry Bird and also Casey Jones.
16 points on the night for Charlie Barkley. Let's see what Philly's made of if they can cut into this Boston lead at all as they trail by 20 with 3:33 to play in the third. Bird loops it to Maxwell. Somebody's open. It's Ainge. And Philly's call for the illegal defense.
Somebody on the weak side of the Philadelphia Sixer defense was in the lane, not playing a man.
Weak side meaning?
Away from the ball.
McHale, 2.
Well-conceived play by the Celts. They pulled everybody high up on the weak side and then just lofted it over Moses Malone's head. McHale had an easy one.
Barkley over Bird, and Bird is called in a foul.
Hang on to this, Larry Bird says. You're going to hang on me? No way.
Larry definitely did have a hand in there. That's, as you see, only the second personal on Larry, and that's about the only part of the score sheet that he has low numbers.
When this kid turns around and faces up to the basket, he can go either right or left. He immediately puts you in serious trouble.
ML Carr for 2.
How many times do you see teams score off a made free throw? Bird quickly took it out of bounds, and ML took off on the fly pattern. Bird's pass right on the money.
Your clubs used to do that, Tom. It's the first I had ever seen teams do that. Sheeks answers back. He's got 16 on the night, 91-71. Erving is going to be called over the top as he tried to cut in front of Bird.
Well, Danny Ainge thought that Bird had a good angle on Dr. J. Dr. J really had to come over the top to foul him. Otherwise, Bird would have had the ball with nobody between him and the basket.
Quinn Buckner is over there stretching at the scoring table. He will come in, and Danny Ainge is going to go out and get a nice hand.
I think he may have hurt his knee a little bit. He's kind of limping as he trots off, Danny Ainge, not giving that usual springy run.
11 points and 9 assists for Danny, who continues to sparkle in the Celtic backcourt.
You know, at halftime he said, I'm taking the shots when they're there, and I'm not forcing it. And he's playing with a lot more confidence.
Make it 40 on the night for Bird. 93-71. The Celts have it back to 22 with 2:20 left to play third quarter. Barkley strong to the hole.
Oh, and Dr. J set a beautiful pick to allow Barkley to sneak in.
Cale trying to throw a pick for Larry. Larry's trying to post up, gets away from Jay, and that's a goaltend on Barkley.
Jay once again got caught on the top, and Bird knew it. Whipped around to the baseline. Jay completely out of the play. Barkley has to try and help out. That's goaltending.
I think the Celts want to go to Larry. I think they'd like to see him put 50 on the board tonight as Jay lays it in. That's 6 for the Doc. And what do they call him? And Billy Cunningham's out in the court. Now, come on, Bill. Cunningham ran right out onto the court.
There's Dr. J trying to hold Bird. Bird retaliates, and as always, the officials see
and a fight between Jay and Bird is broken out on the court. And Moses Malone takes Bird down. He's got him in a headlock. Casey Jones pulls Malone off the pack. And now ML Carr and Malone do a little pushing. Malone throws a shot at him. Now Cunningham and Carr go at it. And Larry Bird still wants a piece of Jay. My goodness.
And this all with one referee. That's tough, baby. This is a heated ball game, and it's in stages of a blowout. Tempers are bound to flare, and an important ball game like this, and
Bird still wants a piece of Jay.
Dick Pavetta trying to get both teams to disengage. Back to the trenches, men.
Well, it all started with that replay, and then as they ran up the other end, Bird and Jay just squared off at each other and started throwing punches. That's when Malone came over the top and tackled Bird.
And Chris Ford got a pop in the nose. Coaches shouldn't do that. Dr. Silver looking at him. And Ford, the old pro that he is, shakes it off and said, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it.
Here you can see Jay staring up the floor. We've got a lot of basketball left here, folks. It's going to be interesting to see what happens. A minute 38 left to go still in the third quarter. Boston by 20.
Stay tuned. This one's not over yet, guys.
No, I got a feeling it's starting.
And Dick Pavetta, the poor guy, said, why did I have to end up officiating this game? I'm liable to get caught and end up in the Boston Harbor in this thing. It's getting physical.
Well,
now he's trying to get the coaches to control both their ball clubs right now.
Let's see if we can pick up the public address announcer here if there is an announcement. I'm not sure if Pavetta is kicking, tossing anybody from the game or what he's doing.
Yeah, Dr. J's going.
Yeah, I think Bird might be going. Yep, they're both going. They better not go at the same time, I'll tell you.
Ladies and gentlemen, we have a double technical fighting foul. The Celtics, number 33, Larry Bird. Number 6, Julius Erving for Philadelphia. Both players are ejected.
You know, you might say both players are superstars going out, but Dr. J was not exactly having his best ball game tonight, while Larry Bird was almost single-handedly carrying the Celt. So the complexion of this game could change very quickly. I'm sure Billy Cunningham is not too unhappy with what happened right there, as he loses a supposed superstar not having a good game, and while Celtics lose Larry Bird. Here's what starts it. They're coming up the court, and they're bumping, and Dr. J's
got him hooked there, yeah.
Got him hooked. Larry tries to get rid of him, gets knocked down. Pavetta sees it. Larry gets a little angry, and here's Moser. Wait a minute.
That's Barkley.
Oh, there is.
Yeah, and look at
Jay hitting Bird as he's being held from behind by Barkley and Moses Malone. Nice going, guys.
Yeah, nice shots, guys. I want to believe Jay has a lot more class than that, but that was pretty bush what you just saw.
There's the melee that we're watching right now. Action has resumed.
Malone takes the turnaround, and a quick foul is whistled on McHale just for getting in the neighborhood of Malone.
I'll tell you. Check the exits, Mike.
Well, I'm sorry to see that.
Check the exits. The fans are getting upset here now.
Yeah, I'm glad the fans didn't see that replay, Tom. With his 15th point of the night, 95-76, 19-point lead.
Boy, what a position for one official to be in. You may get the Quadragare after this game. There's no way you can officiate a good game, one referee.
.16 now for Malone. Let's see how Philly's going to react. Leon Wood is in the ball game, along with Cheeks in the backcourt. ML bumps Wood off the play. Wood switches over to Buckner. Wedman pops out. And I think we got an illegal defense on Philly.
So it'll be a technical foul being shot by the Celtics right now as the second illegal defense by the Sixers.
Kevin McHale had planted himself at the free throw line, and Wedman came up from behind, and Kevin said, all right, go ahead.
And look to the bench. That's the man that selects him, unless there's your automatic technical foul shooter, which is normally Larry Bird, now residing in the locker room.
Buckner penetration move. Off to the cheek. Couple of fakes. No. Rebound Malone. Gets it up on the head to Leon Wood and Jones for 2.
Well, all the Boston guards were up in trying to challenge for the offensive rebound, and once Moses got it, there was nobody in the backcourt to stop the fast break.
ML Carr throwing a couple of picks in the backcourt to get Quinn Buckner over the 10-second line. Wedman to Buckner, who's open. No. Rebound pulled down this time by Barkley, who had lots of position underneath.
I'll tell you, Moses is asserting himself on those boards, and so is Barkley.
Good hands by Buckner, knocks it away. ML the steal. Nobody ahead on the break, and he slows it down. Final 22 seconds, and ML wisely calls for the last shot of the third quarter. 96-79. Boston's lead. 17, looking for 19 as we head to quarter 4. Celtics call a play again.
The Boston Celtics are the defending NBA champs, and this season they're looking to repeat once again. Sports Channel's got exclusive games against top teams like Philadelphia, New Jersey, New York, and Washington. Don't miss out on any of our exclusive telecasts. Larry Bird and the rest of the Boston Celtics travel to Indiana to meet the Pacers. Monday at 5:30 on Sports Channel.
Good pot for you.
No.
Cocaine?
No, thanks.
Yo, my man, you want some ludes?
No way.
If someone offers you drugs, instead of saying something you really don't mean, just say,
No.
Got some Sensimillion for you. No.
No.
no big production number. Just say,
no.
You'd be surprised how well it works.
Pot?
No.
Why is February 11th, 1984, a significant date in Whaler history? The answer is not trivial. You can see the Whalers in Championship Pursuit on Sports Channel, where you can see 35 Whalers games you just can't get anywhere else. So play Championship Pursuit exclusively on Sports Channel. By the way, on February 11th, 1984, the Whalers set their all-time scoring mark as they scored 11 times in a shutout versus the Edmonton Oilers.
Here's some of the stuff that you should never see happen. You see Moses Malone, number 2, and Barkley, number 34, holding Larry Bird as good old Dr. J ends up taking some free shots at Larry Bird. And Moses still has Larry and won't let go, and yet he's still in the ball game. I hope they save these tapes for the league office, because there's going to be a lot of repercussions about this little fiasco here during the third quarter of this pretty heated game.
I hope so. I really do. I had hoped Julius Erving was above something like that. All right, we're in the fourth quarter now, 98-79. Here's Malone, isolated with Parrish. Gets him in the air. Hits the jumper. 18 for Malone.
That was a pretty important basket by Kevin McHale to close out the third quarter. They've got to reestablish their game without Larry Bird, these Celtics.
They alley-oop it to McHale, who's got Wood on him. Shoots over him. It won't go. Malone clears. Gets it up to Cheeks. 4-on-3 break. Barkley.
Moses Malone is really doing a job on the boards.
Rebound off to Dennis Johnson. ML Carr wide open. Rebound to Barkley. Spins out of the pack himself. Again, Philly with a 5-on-2 break, and Moses lost it. There were 2 6s in the lane for a good 4 seconds there, 4 or 5 seconds. But again, Dick Levitt has really got his handfuls down there. He is the only official in the ball game right now. Jack Madden left in the third quarter after he was hit by Dennis Johnson and had a bad knee. We've got a timeout. Celtic lead's been cut to 15. 10:59 left in the ball game. 98-83. Boston on top.
Give me a light. Bud Light.
If you just ask for a light beer, you never know what you'll get.
Give me a light. Bud Light. Hold this, will you?
So if you want the less-filling light beer with the first name and taste, don't just ask for a light beer.
Give me a light.
Ask them to bring out their best.
Bud Light.
Bud Light, because everything else is just a light.
Strike.
A resource can mean many things. The gifts of nature, the fruits of invention, the people who bring them together. Every business relies on these and needs a bank that provides its own resources. Credit, money management, specialized programs for industry. Expect these and more from Fleet. Fleet National Bank, New England's business resource.
Take a look, New England. General Motors has 3 all-new entries for the 85 lineup. Olds Calais, Buick Somerset, and Pontiac Grand Am. One stands out above the rest. Grand Am, the magnificent new driver's coupe from your New England Pontiac dealers. Styling, roadability, price, it beats the others hands down. In fact, our front-wheel drive Pontiac Grand Am is $500 less than Olds Calais, $800 less than Buick Somerset. New England, you're gonna love Grand Am's affordable excitement. See it now at your New England Pontiac dealers.
Into this thing.
Well, you might have just overheard Tom talking up here, saying they can climb back in this thing, they being the Philadelphia 76ers. Moses Malone was out of the timeout huddle with about 20 seconds left, standing out in the court, just waiting for everybody to come back out.
I'll tell you, he's mad right now. Without Dr. J being in there, he's asserted himself on the glass. So the Celtics have to regain the momentum.
Wedman outside with Bobby Jones on him. DJ battling it out with Cheeks. Cheeks wouldn't let him get position. Now Dennis shoots over and hits. Nice to see DJ get a hot hand in the fourth quarter. That could put it away. 183, 17-point Celtic lead. Inside foul is going to be called, I believe, on Parrish. Yep. It might be 4 or 5 on Robert.
A poor pass that time, right off the hip of Moses Malone. And Parrish was just trying to maintain his balance in there as Moses was trying to back him under.
Cheeks directing traffic, gives to Leon Wood, loops it to Malone, gets triple teamed, shoots anyway, and hits.
I think the Celtics ought to be coming back and getting the ball to Parrish right now. Put Moses under the gun defensively a little bit.
Robert trying to get the position, gets the basketball. Couple of fakes, no. Good rebound, Wedman, a fake and a foul. Nice job by Scott Wedman on the offensive board.
Well, he swooped in there. They turn him loose on the glass. Parrish's shot is no good, but Wedman right in the pack. A couple of up fakes, draws the red jerseys. He'll be shooting 2. You know, Moses, the year they won the championship, used to really turn it on in the fourth quarter. It seemed that he would wear out his opposition with all that bulk he had and his determination, and you'd almost, when you played against him, roll over in the fourth quarter. Parrish has resided on the bench for a while. He should be pretty well rested.
5 points for Scotty Wedman, who's going to have to fill in this entire fourth quarter for Larry Bird. Ainge back in the lineup, as you can see. Moses wants it and hits it again.
Well, he's not hitting easy shots.
He sure isn't. And the foul will be on Leon Wood, who ran into a heck of a pick by Scott Wedman at the end of that exchange.
But they're out challenging the Celtics guards to make it difficult for them to get into their play patterns. Here's Dennis trying to get by him, and he bumped him out of bounds.
Back live, Ainge got Wood in the air, couldn't hit the jumper, rebound Cheeks. Off to Bobby Jones, Wood left alone, hits. First hoop of the night for Leon Wood, and Philly is within 13.
Celtics have to find the guy to go to right now.
McHale just plants Cheeks in the backcourt with a pick. And they're going to toss McHale? What's he doing?
I think he's tossing Billy Cunningham.
Yep, he did. I thought he was going to toss McHale.
McHale has set himself up for a pick, which is perfectly legal, and Cheeks didn't know he was there. He ran into him. That's a perfectly legal play in the game, and Bavetta made the right call, but because Cheeks is down on the floor, Billy Cunningham very upset, and a technical call on him, and he's been asked to leave the building. Normally Usually what happens on a play like that is McHale's defender would warn Mo Cheeks that McHale was in the vicinity, but
I think that's what you saw Billy Cunningham pointing at Barkley. I think he was telling Barkley, you know, you got to tell him what's going on here.
That's some of those rookie things that you got to learn in the NBA.
Now they're calling Barkley over to the bench. I'm not sure what the involvement of Barkley is here. He's talking to Jack McMahon. There goes Cunningham out. And Cunningham has got, who's he talking to? Somebody in the crowd now.
Well, who's going to coach this game now for the Sixers? As Billy got hit with something from the crowd, that's not altogether what you call Boston appreciation, folks.
It's been a...
I'm telling you.
This has been some Friday night, T.
That was an insightful incident there.
And watch the kick by McHale.
The exits, I'll tell you. Let's take a look at that pick again by McHale. Here comes DJ. And Cheeks doesn't know McHale is even there. Perfectly legal block. And Cheeks gets knocked down. Cunningham's back on the floor again. What is this all about? I thought he threw him out of the game.
I think he did. I think he's out to see the trainer. It looked like he got hit in the corner of the eye. I know Bavetta tossed somebody. Now he's just calling a technical foul on Cunningham, and Cunningham will stay.
Well, that might have been his first tee. You don't get tossed out of the building until you get two.
Dennis Johnson rolls in the free throw for his 9th point. 103-89. Boston by 14, and they'll get the ball.
Now Billy C got hit in the eye. All right, you've come to the Boston Garden, fans. Root for your team, but don't start throwing things, will you?
Ainge with Wood out there on him. Wants to go to Parrish. Does. Cross court. It comes to DJ. Squares up and nails it.
Parrish is drawing a double and triple team right away if it gets into him, so there's going to be lots of open people. They've got to hit those shots now.
Barkley to the hole, double pump, and a foul will go against the Celtics.
It already reminds me a little bit of George McGinnis. He's got that ability to take it to the hoop, hang, and shoot on the way down. There's Barkley, good up fake, lifts a couple of people, steps in, and then on the way down gets the shot up and off. In the meantime, he had taken a body blow, so he'll be at the line. Well, he used to climb over the top of people in his college days. Great leaping ability. He's not shown that he has the ability to do that right now. And Robert Parrish has picked up number 5.
And the Chief will sit down.
That is a big blow for Casey Jones with 8:54 left.
105-91. Philly is not out of this ball game. It is a 14-point lead. Sedale 3. Belly up on DJ, who gets across the 10-second line. Maxwell, McHale, and Wedman the front line for Boston right now. DJ wants it, puts it up, and he's fouled. And Dennis has a look or two for a couple of the 76ers.
Well, Dennis knew that he probably would get this call. Here's Bobby Jones coming to help out. Treat was bumping him, good up fakes. Now he
didn't get any gift there, though, T.
No, but he stepped into the man a little bit. That's how you make him foul you, is kind of half step into him. I'm sure Dick Rivetta is going to be glad when this game is over.
I'm sure he is. So will that guy. DJ gets the Celtic lead back up to 16 with 8.5 to play in the ball game. Wood and Threet the backcourt. Barkley outside. Malone wants it on McHale. Can't find him though. Threet takes a runner, and the foul is going to be on Ainge.
Well, he's starting to position himself on the outside right now. Dick Bavetta making calls. You see where he is. He's getting a little bit tired. Here's Treat sneaking by Danny Ainge, who nudged him a little bit from behind. But with all that's happened right now, Dick Pavetta, I don't think is going to be officiating a lot of this basketball game underneath both baskets.
Treat knocks them both home. And Philly continues to play tough on the defensive end. Wedman can't hit. Barkley the boards. Philly can cut it to 12. Leon Wood right through. No. Rebound Wedman. Good job by Scott again on the boards. He's out there with some muscle on the Philadelphia squad. DJ, jumper. Yes.
All right, he's the hot hand. He's the guy that's trying to rise to the challenge. Danny Ainge got the ball in his hands.
Barkley stripped by Dennis Johnson. Celts have a 3-on-2 break, and Dennis loses it off the foot. Philly gets it back. Got to split the defense. It's a third steal for Dennis tonight. 7:44 now left to play. Sedale Threet bumps Ainge. Can't hit over the top. McHale the boards. Taken away. Loose. Malone. Threet wants to go back to Moses. Ainge almost a steal on Bobby Jones. And Threet hits a gimme in the lane.
Well, a good defensive trip that time by the Celtics. 2 points up the other end. Would have taken a lot of starts out of the Sixers.
Hale almost put another pick on Leon Wood there at half court. Kevin to the hole. Yes, and a foul.
Well, that was a real fine play by the Celts and well executed by McHale. Goes right by Moses Malone. Played it a little bit like a forward instead of the center position that he's currently playing in with Parrish on the bench. And Moses getting a little tired, I think.
We've got a timeout. Moses is going to sit down. 7:05 left to play in the ball game. 111-95. Celts are on top by 16.
No matter what you see, or what you hear, or what you read, the game isn't over until the globe's here.
You want to win, you got to practice stopping Sarinsky. Murphy, you're Sarinsky. You dog me, Sarinsky.
You guys getting the hang of this?
Bring out your best. Your best deserves the best.
Bud Light.
The less filling light beer with a first name and taste.
Sarinsky's got some moves, huh?
Who was last season's NBA Most Valuable Player? Who is the Whalers' active leading scorer? Name the Cosmos player who held 3 positions last indoor season. The answers are not trivial, and you can see the Celtics, Whalers, and Cosmos in 90 games that you just can't get anywhere else. Play Championship Pursuit on Sports Channel. By the way, Larry Bird was both the regular season and playoff MVP. Ron Francis scored 241 points, and last season Birkenmeyer was in goal, a forward, and even stepped in as coach.
We've got 7:05 here to play in the fourth quarter. Mike Gorman along with Tom Heinsohn, 111-96. Celts on top right now by 16 points. Dr. J and Larry Bird are watching this one in the locker rooms right now, as both players have been ejected for fighting, even though Jay was doing the fighting and Larry was getting mugged.
And not what you exactly would think was an even exchange. A lot of people say, well, we'll give up Dr. J for Larry Bird, but Dr. J was not having his typical game, and Larry Bird was really
on top of
the Celtics for a long period of time in this ball game. So we got 2 games going on here tonight. A BB before Bird and an AB after Bird.
Sedale Threet hits the runner, and the foul will be on Ainge. The So Philly continues to just kind of hang around.
Well, he gets into good position at that free throw line. Danny Ainge tries to send him left, but Threet, very fine offensive player, gets it over the top of Ainge.
Moses Malone comes out of the game to a round of boos. Clem Johnson is in.
This might be the only building in the entire NBA that Dr. J gets booed in from here on in.
Yeah. I tell you, once that stuff makes the local newscast, he's going to get booed around here for quite a while. Maxwell in traffic. Foul, I believe, will be on Barkley on the drive.
Well, that's what you almost have to do at this juncture of the game, is force the play, take it to the hoop, try and get around somebody. Here's Barkley out of position. Gets Maxwell from underneath. So Max will be shooting too. And the Celtics have to match the Sixers basket for basket here for a couple of minutes. And if they can play some defense, take a little starch out of the 76ers memory bank. You know, I mean, those long stretch runs and coming back from with miracle finishes. All right.
Max got them both. Here's Barkley. This is his 5th foul last trip. That is Sadale Threet, who has decided to heat up here. He now has 11 points on the night. Philly down by 14 with 6 minutes and 23 seconds to play. Ainge looking for the Chief, finds him. Spins on Clem Johnson.
Well, there's a great spot to go for your offense right now. Clem Johnson has never really had great success guarding Robert Parrish.
Bobby Jones popping out. Gives to Johnson. He's going to take the turnaround and nail it.
Conversely, Parrish with 5 fouls being very, very careful not to pick up a 6th.
I thought you were going to say conversely, Robert Parrish has never had great success on Clem Johnson. Good play by Threet as he got a hand on the ball. Cheeks for 2. Looks like Mo Cheeks has recovered quite well from that pick that Kevin put on him.
DJ going one-on-one here and stripped beautifully.
And another steal by the Sixers in the forecourt. And then Barkley, no, they say it went off Dennis Johnson out of bounds. So Philly will get the ball and a chance to get to within 10 with 5.5 to play.
I think they ought to get it together, which there's going to be an official's timeout.
20-second timeout by the Sixers.
And good time for Boston to decide where they're going to go for their offense. As without Larry Bird, their go-to man, everybody's trying to do it on their own a little bit instead of a team effort. And here we see Billy Cunningham saying, hey, you guys are hung in there pretty nicely. Keep chipping away, play the good D. We get it down to 4 points with 2 minutes to go.
Well, Philly is playing this fourth quarter like they play the first, at least in terms of shooting. They are 10 out of 13 in the fourth quarter, 77%.
Threet's had himself a nice quarter here.
Bobby Jones pops out. Backdoor Barkley. I've got Barkley unofficially for 26. That's a new career high for the rookie. And the Celtics need a hoop this trip. And Philly's going to get this down. Cunningham is really up coaching his socks off in the sidelines there. Foul will be called on Threet outside.
The guards are so tight on Dennis Johnson. Here's Dennis trying to elude Threet. Whistle blows. But they've got plenty of openings to get the ball inside with everybody harassing the Boston guards.
DJ has met the challenge so far with Larry Bird out of the ball game. He is 5 for 6 in the second half from the field. You can see what he's done from the line.
You know, you feel very comfortable when you've got a guy that is proven under the pressure that he can score like Larry Bird. And when you lose a player like that at the tail end of the game, you got to find another guy that's willing just to try and do it.
No basket. The foul is going to be called on Dennis Johnson outside for bodying up 3. So Sedale, the young man out of West Virginia Tech, will be at the line.
Well, he almost got by DJ. DJ got in front of him. Dennis doesn't like the call, but Freed's having himself an evening here as Andrew Toney didn't even make the trip for the Sixers. And in comes
Big Mo.
Big Mo around the neck.
I think Charles Barkley's a little tired, Tom, because as Moses Malone came walking in, Barkley trotted up to him, shook hands, and Moses grabbed him by the shoulder and said, "Nope, I'm sorry."
You're staying in here, pal.
Yeah. Bobby Jones went to the bench.
I don't think Charles Barkley's going to be the same girth at the end of the season as he is right now.
Outside. Rebound Malone. Philly can get to within 9. Here comes Barkley. Yep.
Now Boston has given up some easy hoops on fast breaks that they shouldn't be right now. They're not getting back quick on the D. They either have to fight the boards or get back. They're getting caught in between doing neither.
All right, Boston in need of a basket. They're going to keep this one out of the woods. Quick turnaround. Won't go. Rebound. Foul's going to be on McHale over the top of Clem Johnson. Celts, I believe, are over the limit. Johnson will be at the free throw line. A chance to get his club within 7. This one's slipping away here, team.
Well, Maxwell is being guarded by Charles Barkley. McHale's being guarded by Johnson, Clem Johnson. Maxwell's pretty nifty and close to the basket. You're not hitting from the outside. Get it in there to somebody that can at least get a foul. And Casey Jones wants a timeout.
4 minutes and 12 seconds left in the ball game. Philly is within 8, and when we start playing again, Clem Johnson will be at the line for one more.
Well, if you make a sustained comeback the way the Sixers are making it, and they're making it the good way, they're pecking away, playing a good D. A couple of steals, a fast break before the Celts get back. Take a long shot, long rebound, 3-on-2 situations. And the Celts have been not able to effectively find a go-to guy that's going to get them the points to stem the tide. So that's what Casey Jones is discussing, and Billy Cunningham at his end of the court is saying, you guys are doing great. Just get it down to about 5 points with 2.5 minutes to go. And Dickie Pavetta, you see walking here, they ought to be putting a chair out on at half court for him to sit down.
Thinner than when he started, that's for sure. You were talking about the girth of Charles Barkley, who was listed at 6'6" and 280.
I just want to finish the thought that when you get it down, it's in the hands of the referee the last couple of minutes of a ball, the referees. And there's only one here tonight. So if you get it down to 5 with 2.5 minutes to go, it's anybody's ball game, truly, under these conditions.
As you see, the 176th consecutive sellout here since the fight. Philly has outscored Boston 35-23. There we see Dick Pavetta over at the official scorer's table. Obviously came out with a good line there.
You know, I really do admire referees. The players have timeouts, and they go and they sit on the bench and everything else, but you never see officials sit down at the timeouts, and there's no substitutions for referees. And they run every bit as much of the court as the players do, perhaps more.
Philly is going to send out Moses Malone, Clem Johnson, Charles Barkley, Maurice Cheeks, and Sedale Threet. The Celtics will counter with Parrish, McHale, Maxwell up front, Ainge, DJ in the backcourt. Philly has scored 31 points in this fourth quarter with still 4 minutes and 10 seconds left.
Larry Bird's presence at this stage of the game, other than his shooting ability, is such an outside threat. It enables them to get the ball inside when they want to.
7-point Boston lead. Then as high as 22. Maxwell is tripped by Barkley in the lane, and that's going to be it for Barkley.
Well, that was a good move by Casey Jones. That was a play right out of the huddle. Make sure Maxwell gets the ball. Parrish having a little difficulty scoring over Moses, and Barkley says fond farewell.
The kid's a player, Tom.
Reaches in and trips Maxwell. So Max at the line. He'll get 1-on-1 for 2.
29 points and 6 rebounds for Charles Barkley.
I think he wants an ice pack, too.
Who says, quote, "It's not that I eat that much, I just eat all the time."
That's a famous quote from Weight Watchers, right?
I know he checked into the Olympic training camp at something like 285.
All right, 2 big free throws by Maxwell. Now Bobby Jones is in there. Want to be guarding Maxwell. A little different situation for the Celts offensively.
Nice steal by the Celtics on a big trip for Philly. Boston can go back up 11 with a hoop here.
Their problem right now is primarily offense.
DJ looks for the cheat, finds him. Feels the double, goes cross court to Ainge. Long jumper. Got it!
Well, I positioned Danny on the weak side away from the double team, and Parrish knew right where he was.
Cheeks wants to go to Malone, shoots instead and hits. 20 points for Mo Cheeks on the night. Boston's lead 9. 3:10 left to play in the game.
Boston trying to eat up a lot of that clock, and if you do that, sometimes you don't come out of it with the best of shots.
Max tried to squeeze it through to McHale. Great save by Cheeks.
Sometimes you come out of it with no shot at all.
Up to Malone. Moses hits another one. Boy, he has been burying shots here since that fight, Tom.
You know, I heard the phrase, an aroused team. After that fight, Moses Malone became an aroused team all by himself.
7-point Celtic lead. Clem Johnson and McHale battling at the free throw line. They go to DJ with 3 on him. Loses the handle. Triple team. Lost the ball. Out of bounds. Ooh, Celts get it.
And they'll have 5 seconds to get a shot off. But he was totally surrounded. 3 players. Bobby Jones taking away the jump shot, and Cheeks with the good hands knocks it away and out of bounds.
I caught a break. It went off Dennis's head. Ainge buries one.
That was a must shot by Danny Ainge. Come on, some defense here.
Sedale 3. Can't answer. Rebound Maxwell. McHale and Ainge. 3 white shirts on the boards as we approach the 2-minute mark. Boston by 9.
All right, they have to have one more hoop and a little good defense, and they can win this one.
It has been a struggle at the Garden.
But there's only 5 seconds left, and they're really not creating anything.
Here comes 3. Stolen away by Dennis Johnson. Loop it ahead to Parrish. Pull-up jumper. Bang! Timeout, Philly.
Well, big steal right here. Dennis Johnson just knocks it away from 3, who was giving him fits here in the 4th quarter. Makes a great play, DJ, to Parrish, who has to pull up for the jumper. Not an easy shot, but that could be the nail in the coffin. Look at that. Just reaches down, knocks it away so nice and easily. And off he goes, heads up. 3-on-2 situation, and Parrish pulls up. Net. Well, that was a heck of a play, a mighty important play. You know, the play I think is the play of the game.
Which one, T?
Is Danny Ainge's jump shot in the dead in the corner. But mighty important hoop right there. With the clock down to 5 seconds on the inbound play, he was doubled. Got to get it up over 2 players. And we...
Danny's had himself a heck of a ball game.
Yeah, most of the time we don't like to make offensive plays the play of the game, particularly just a shot, but that was really an important shot under pressure.
Here's a look at the Philly huddle.
Billy Cunningham. And he's got to think his team is okay after this one. They fought back very nicely like the Sixers did a couple of years ago. Last year they were rolling over and playing dead a lot of times in the 4th quarter. Not when they played the Celtics a lot, but against some of these other teams. But not here tonight.
There's a look at Leon Wood. He is in the backcourt with Cheeks now as he replaces Sadale Threed, who had himself. No, Threed is going to stay in the game. Billy Cunningham's going to go with 3 guards.
Well, he's going to try for the three-point plays here. He's got some outside shooters.
Leon Wood gives it up to Cheeks, who's probably the best of the bunch. Parrish the steal. Well, Mo Cheeks decided to penetrate. Cunningham is really upset with this club. You can see him with his hands folded there on the top of your screen.
Well, he wanted his team to go for a three-pointer. That's why he had the 3 small people in there.
Maxwell feels the double, gives it back to DJ. Got it. Boy, he just looks like he knows that's going in, Tom.
I wonder what he did this summer. Another steal by Johnson.
Ahead to Ainge, blocked by Threet. No whistle, no call, and Wood picks it up with 55 seconds to go. Boston by 13. Three-pointer, Cheeks, no. Parrish the boards. Good night, Philly. Maxwell misjudged the pass.
No, it was kind of over his head. All he had to do,
well, he didn't
Robin
take any steps,
Parrish, let it fly up in the rafters and come down, and Maxwell had 2.
Moses Malone, another one. 26 on the night for Moses. And the Celtics are going to just try to walk it up and take as much of the clock as they can. They lead by 11, 128-117.
Well, we sure did see what a rivalry can produce in a game. Fights, guys getting chucked out. Good comeback tonight by the Sixers, and the staunch staying in, hanging in there by the Celtics without Larry Bird.
Maxwell will be at the line for a couple. We're in the final 15 seconds of the ball game, and the crowd now is cheering the Celtics.
That's Maxwell at his best. Little up fake. He throws elbows, eyelashes, gives you wiggles his nose sometimes. He'll get you off the ground one way or another. I'd have to say Max is pretty well in shape by now.
Yeah.
Made a big contribution tonight in some key spots. He started out guarding Dr. J there.
Knocks both of those home. Boston's lead 13. Final 15 seconds. So the Celtics stay undefeated. Philly tastes defeat for the first time tonight. Leon Wood, the easy layup. 4 points for Wood. Sam Williams, the only player who has not seen any action, who came with Philly tonight. That's going to do it, folks. Round number 1, and the battle between the Celtics and Sixers is over. Give it to Boston, 130-119. Tom Heinsohn and I will be back to wrap it up in a minute.